I'm Jeremy Harder here for North by Northeast, and today I'm with David Baur, and we're here at Red Rocks Trail in Gillette, just outside of Gillette really, and we're going to talk a lot about the trails here. But David, I want to talk to you a little bit about yourself. Tell me about how you got involved with making this trail, and also I know you're got a lot going on with biking and part of your group. So David, if you could talk about that.
Well, David Baur, I was born and raised here in Gillette, and I just want to do something for the community, something for the youth. Mm-hmm. How I got started was working with the Visitors Bureau, Mary Silvernail, mm-hmm. and Mary helped me out with, how can we create more events, because I've hosted for the last 4 years the Coal Country Gravel Grinder. Mm-hmm. Gravel cycling is taking over the road scene, so it's not really the Tour de France. Yeah. It's the Tour of America on old back roads. So it's awesome that here in Wyoming, due to the oil field and all that, we have a ton of back roads. This is literally pure Wild West gravel. So in the future of gravel, we're hoping to start a youth cycling team for gravel. Okay. And road. We'll mix it in. And then out here at the trail system, we're hoping to start the youth cycling out here with mountain biking.
Talk a little more about how this got started and what it took to even get this kind of off the ground.
So how that got started was I started looking on my GPS and I found this property, and I found out that the county actually purchased it from the state. The first moment I presented it to the county commissioners, the county was all over it. They were like, this is a great idea. Right now the horses are out here, the college is leasing it, kind of like a fire deal, and they get fed and all that. And the county was like, we see the need for this because it's everywhere. I mean, there's thousands and thousands of trails in Colorado, Montana, Idaho, Utah, South Dakota, and nothing but a few in Sundance, and so nothing here in Gillette. So it was really the Sports Tourism Advisory Team, the county commissioners jumping on board, and then my personal will and ambition to tackle it head on. Yeah. That's how it got started. So.
Great. And even in the short time you've kind of been moving forward with the project, you've done some advancements in making new trails and different trails. We were just talking even before we got started about some of the things you have planned. Talk a little bit about that and talk about the trails themselves out here and what makes this a good spot.
Well, what makes this a good spot is the multiple valleys and the hills that we can in the future create flow from to where you can get downhill mountain biking. I don't know if the cameras can see the red rock back there, but we plan to have at least 6 trails coming off of that. That will be like the true head of the whole trail system, because so many people like cycling downhill, not uphill. So that's kind of how it goes. But right now, 2019 was the first year that I got to kick it off. In the summer, we had about 3 months. So what I did was kind of scope it out with a couple guys, Yuma Weeks and Johnny, she's with the 307 Snowmobile Club. So those folks come out and help me out, and we mapped it out, 15 miles of trails, and we mowed it out with my John Deere. And then just opened it up to the public and tried to get signatures, people to log in on Facebook, log in. That really helps us show the commissioners that there is a need for this, that people want to use it. So we created 3 trails, the Antelope Loop, the Jackalope Loop, and then the Red Rock Trails Loop. So the Red Rock Trail takes you up top, you circle around it and come back down. The Antelope Loop is about 2 miles. And the Jackalope Loop is the really long one. It's supposed to be about 12.5, and it will be when it's done, so that, like, if it's not my organization, but other organizations can jump all over this. And as long as they put an initiative into helping us, because our organization is the one that has to maintain the trails. We have to do the funding for the fuel to turn them to dirt and all that. So we really need to team up with others on it.
What are some of the facilities? I mean, if you want to talk about where they can go to get in and stuff.
So the parking lot right out there, we got 100 yards from the county. Western Services put in all of our posts, and they're giving us the gates. We teamed up with the Rotary Club, and Tyler Miller from Earthworks was there, and he's awesome. He's a great guy at Earthworks, and he agreed to do our whole parking lot for us, given the material. And then the extra material that we have we'll use for our pump track, we'll use for berms and stuff out on these other trails like the new Bison Loop. So right now, as for facilities, there's no bathroom in this parking lot. There's no trailhead sign. We still have a lot of work to do. It's just getting started, but it's supposed to be done. Phase 1 that we turned into Parks and Rec is the parking lot, at least usable, the fence around the parking lot, and then the connector loop, which is the brand new Bison Loop. So we're going to get the Bison Loop 100% and the parking lot 100%. So this will be the new trailhead. The Northwest Park will still be there. That entrance will still be there. It just won't be the main go-to, because simply speaking, the parking lot right here is at the bottom of the hill. So everybody's going to cycle up all 6 different downhill locations. It's kind of like a Disneyland for adults or kids, where every trip is a new roller coaster, because you got to struggle going up. There won't be any ski lifts out here, but you can ride up, and then once you bomb down, it all ends in that main valley and right back to the parking lot. So,
David, is there anything else you'd like to mention, or?
Come out and use the trails and show your support. If you end up going to Northwest Park, there's a logbook up there. Sign the logbook. Check in on Facebook. Take photos out here. Share your photos. You can send your photos directly to us. You can go to our website or on Facebook Messenger. Send your photos. We'll add it to the Red Rock Trails album. If you want to donate, you can donate through there as well. Just hit us up.
Great.
It's for the community, by the community.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you very much, David.
Thank you.
I'm now here with Bailey Myers, who is the Secretary for Energy Addicts, and we're going to talk a little bit more about the trails out here, and maybe a little bit on how people can get involved in Energy Addicts and some of the other stuff you got going on. So let's talk first about the trails themselves. We talked to David, but there's kind of a whole experience that comes with coming out here. What will people, I guess, maybe see? I know there's some wildlife out here. Talk a little bit about that, Bailey.
Absolutely, yes. So you'll see deer and antelope and bunnies and sagebrush. And if you're not from this area, it would be very awesome to come out here and check that out. So horses maybe even.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about the trails again, and how many there are out here.
Yeah, there's 4 trails. There's the Jackalope Loop, Antelope Loop, Red Rocks Loop, and the Bison Loop. And the Bison Loop is going to be what brings everything all together.
Perfect. And so David talked a lot about biking and cycling out here, but can people come out here and use the trails for other things?
Absolutely. Hiking, running, snowshoeing in the winters will be really neat.
Yeah.
Something that you don't have to go up to the mountains to do. Maybe even cross-country skiing. So you could even maybe go sledding up here.
Yeah, that's very true. There's some probably pretty good hills out here for that.
So it's for the community, for everyone.
Being part of Energy Addicts, talk a little bit about that and some of the things you're working on, and how maybe if anybody's watching and they want to get involved, how they could do that.
Absolutely. I actually met David through the Coal Country Grinder, and so that's what really got me involved in Energy Addicts, and biking has been one of my passions forever. And so being able to have something open for the community that everyone can use, and not just for biking, but for the youth, is really, really cool. Something else other than track or ball sports that they can do is really neat that Energy Addicts is going to provide.
Is there anything else you'd like to say about the trail, or maybe let people know that what they can experience?
Yeah, come out here, bring your friends. There's jumps and hills, and if you like a little bit of adrenaline and get your heart pumping and inspire others to move their bodies, come out here and experience this awesome field.
If somebody wants to get involved with Energy Addicts, how do they do that?
Yeah, so just go to the website and click on volunteer, and they can volunteer for any of the events coming up to help with flagging or any little thing, as well as helping put this all together.
Nice. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Bailey.
Thank you.